Now we're going to adjust the ring gap. The ring gap is, and I have one ring in here already, is the gap between when there's supposed to be a very, very small gap between the ring as it expands. Now I put one ring in here, and you can see if this HD looks very close, is that, God, that's a great angle. You can see the small gap. Now, according to my book right here, this is on two-stroke tuning, it says that someone's flipped my pages. Anyway, it says that it's got to be, for a 54 millimeter bore, it has to be 0.25 millimeters. So what I do is I take my millimeter gauge and I put it between, see if I can hang on to it here for a second. I put it between the rings and see if I have a, and that to me is a little bit tight, just a tiny bit tight. So I'm going to take this ring out and file. I'll file that very, very tiny, see if I can get a good look on it there. That little tiny gap, I'll file that gap a little bit more. The book says if the gap is too narrow, then the rings will stick to the cylinder and they won't compress right. And if they're too loose, then you have problems too. But I think if I file that just a little tiny bit, I think it'll work. Now after I do that, since it's getting to be a pretty nice day out, a pretty nice spring out, I'm really itching to ride this, so I'm going to do a fast track on the engine. I'll put the cylinder back on and the piston on after I get this ring gap set. And they suggest in the book, I don't know why, but that you do the ring gap at the very top of the cylinder. And now I know that's not where the piston's going to hit, but maybe since it's so narrow at the very top, that if you get 25 thousandths or 25 millimeters, whatever the hell it is, I don't know, I don't know nothing of metric, but if you get it right, then you probably got enough room going down the whole bore. So that's how we adjust our ring gap, and I'll do that with both rings before I put them on the pistons.